been completed, yet waiting for the commission. So we just left for the lights to finish. As I know, if you just go there currently, you can see the poles and other things being planted over there to tap lights to the place for this Gary process to take place.
Is it going to be a commercial production?
Yes, it's going to be a very big commercial production in the municipality.
And on averagely, how many tons of Gary are you expecting per day, per week, per month, or annual?
Actually, this has not been yet been designed for all of our, but it is a very big project that has been put in place for this Damongo.
Under your leadership, what should the people of West Gonja expect from you as their MC?
Yes, thank you so much. Damongo, I'm a native of Damongo, born and bred, every my left and right, which we are expecting a lot. But at the moment, I can tell you that there's a lot of project that is ongoing under this government when I've been appointed. If you go down there, alongside of the police barracks, you can see another beautiful edifice for TVET, that is the vocational school, which is ongoing. If you go to the down there, when you come to the our police, the barracks has been also been completed for the municipality, so that as the region has been established, so that the municipal can get their land for their own operation, and the region can also stand on its own, which is also ongoing within Damongo. If you go to one of our community, about 2 cheap compounds, if you go to one we call Kedendilempa, that is ongoing cheap compound over there, which is about 8 or 9 kilometers away from Busunu Township to the roadside, which they are getting this edifice, which is ongoing.
Since you assumed office, what has been one of the challenge confronting you in addressing the needs of your people, and how are you also approaching this challenge?
Damongo, as we all know, Damongo, our main challenge is our water problem, and God willing, this September coming, everything is going to start kicking in Damongo. That's the major problem in Damongo, which has already been done.
Okay, thank you very much. So I've been speaking to the Municipal Chief Executive of West Gonja, who has been with me throughout since the President arrived here. So in no time, I'll also be engaging other officers to also tell us more about the President visit and what they're also expecting after the President leaves Damongo and Savanna region as a whole. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
How are you?
Fine, thank you, dear.
You are wearing a lot of smart this morning.
Yes, because of where the project has gotten to. It has been a project of idea to the region and for administration as far as Savanna Regional Coordinating Council is concerned. And this project, as we have seen that we have gotten almost 96%, we are sure of moving into the structure so that we will get a place to work.
I might know you. Let my viewers who are watching over 8 TV stations across the length and breadth of this country, listening to you live on the numerous radio stations, know you. What is your full name and designation?
My name is Samuel Akufo-Addo, Regional Budget Analyst of Savanna Regional Coordinating Council.
Our budget has been sorted, so it means that the people of this region are going to benefit a lot under you.
Yes, please, because you plan, you budget, and then you execute it, and then you make sure that the government policies are implemented fully.
As a budget officer, are you surprised at the state of development in Savanna region?
Not really, but it's doing well. Government is doing well because if you look at the individual project that is ongoing across the region, the government is really doing well. Okay. And it is helping the people effectively for them to work well.
As a full-fledged region, what thing will you say that government or the regional minister, that mean the RCC, should focus more to be the priority of the people?
On road. Okay. On roads. The region needs roads, a lot of roads, projects in terms of roads, so that goods can be conveyed to the market centers to enhance economic development.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Okay, so I've been engaging some other officials. So in no time, I'll be speaking to the Minister for Local Government, Decentralization and Rural Development, Honorable Dan Akufo-Addo, to tell us more, because this one sits directly in his ministry. So Honorable Dan Akufo-Addo will soon be joining us to speak to us and tell Ghanaians who are watching us all over this country What does the ministry make of this edifice? It's a very nice edifice, and it looks as if the information that we are getting is that it cut across all the newly created regions that was enacted under President Akufo-Addo. So, in order, we're getting Honorable Dan Kwaku Boche to also speak to us because this one sit directly under his ministry. So, Kwaku, so like you see, this is the building. This is the regional coordinating council that President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo in no time inspected, and progress of work is about 96% complete, and we are told that in the next 2 months it will be completed finally for the president to also commission it. We have with me Honorable Daniel Kwaku Boche, Minister for Local Government, Decentralization and Rural Development. General is what we call him. General Boko.
Boko, thank you very much.
Thank you. Sir, buildings sit. English.
Okay.
These buildings sit directly under your ministry. As a minister for such a ministry, what do you make of this edifice, which is about 96% complete?
Yes, thank you very much. You all know 2017, in response to the petition and aspiration of the people, chiefs and people in sections of the country, they asked for a new region. And this is something that some of them have asked for over 40 years, 30 years, 50 years. And it's something that was very dear to them. Mr. President responded positively to this, went through the constitutional provisions, and then finally, as we all know, a referendum was held and new regions were created. In 2019, they were given their instrument and the regions were created. And Mr. President promised that there should be immediate to short-term to long-term planning for the new regions. You have a new baby, certainly you have to take care of the new baby. So he decided that we should have this infrastructure for the foundation infrastructure. So you see that in all the 6 new regions, last year we commissioned one for Session also. Same design by AESL and gave it to contractors. Last month, Mr. President commissioned the one at Naradugu Northeast. And you have seen the Regional Community Council building and then other directorates. We have Education Directorate, we have Health Directorate, we have Agric Directorate, and we have the Roads Ministry, the Roads and Highways Directorate.
So this office is housing all these agencies?
So this is housing the Regional Coordinating.
Oh, okay.
The one, as you can see in what we showed the President and what you saw on the road there, is for education. But Bole has Agric Directorate, Daboya has Health Directorate, and Salaga has the Roads Directorate. And all these go with bungalows for the start. Then you can see a 3-story police regional command, plus another 12 unit accommodation flats for the regional police command. So these are just the foundation projects. And then we are not going to have the residency. The land use and special planning authority are going to also demarcate the whole area. So you see, this becomes like a whole new capital city. And that's the concept Mr. President wants to have for the new regions.
We will continue, but immediately we saw this thing, Niebimuka said Damboche is giving us a new facelift in our RCC.
On behalf of the President. On behalf of the President. This is purely directed from Mr. President that we want the new regions to feel that they are not just, we're not just creative. Somebody said, no, Mr. President has created a new regions and doesn't provide infrastructure. So they should come and see. That's why we decided that you media should go around. We didn't want to show you just the architecture design, but you have gone around and you will see it yourself. And you can see that very soon all this will be commissioned. The police will have theirs, and all other government directors and agencies, we have earmarked place for them, well demarcated, that they can also put up their own. You have the Health Insurance Directorate have also finished their project. You saw it by the roadside, and other agencies are also going to put up. So this whole area, I think the chief gave us over 200 acres.
Wow.
Yes, for development. Other private people who come here will have no problem with land, because the whole idea is to grow the new regions, and that's the whole idea of deepening governance. What they wanted to achieve is this: let government be closer to the people, let the people be closer to government. That was the first thing. Second one is to get accelerated development. You know where we are standing now? Hitherto, they will have gone as far as Chereponi as part of their region, the northern region.
Chereponi is part of the Savanna?
No, as part of the
northern region. Okay.
Yes, and then as far as Salaga, it's part of the former northern region, and you have to stretch out to Bole, to Sola, as all part. But now we have Savanna region. That takes of this area. But even still, go back and look at the new Ghana map. Savanna still remains a very big region. But apart from achieving infrastructure development, the fiscal ones, the other one is that deepening representation. For example, by the constitution, each region presents 5 chiefs to the National House of Chiefs. So 3-4 years ago, the whole Northern region present 5 chiefs. Now, Savanna will send 5 chiefs to National House of Chiefs. They have sent 5 chiefs to National House of Chiefs. Northern region, 5 chiefs. Northeast, 5 chiefs. So the same land space, which before 2018 had 5 chiefs, now they have 15 chiefs representing them. The same thing applies to Council of State. Each region elects a rep to the Council of State. So the same land space, now they have 30 people representing them. So we are deepening representation, and we are making government closer to them. Then come to the other state agencies. Regional Director of Roads is here, Regional Director of Health is here, Regional Director of Agric is here. So each of these regions are going to have the same government infrastructure, government agencies, and to me that will be better monitoring, better supervision. There'll be, a higher sense of having value for money, because people will get to know what exactly is happening, instead of one person sitting in Tamale and here to pretending that he's supervising all these areas. So that is the essence of it. And you can talk to the people in town that we are satisfied with the deep aspirations of the ancestors. They fought for this so many years ago. People came, presidents came, some of them hail from here. They couldn't have the courage to do it. It took the executive courage exhibited by Nana Akufo-Addo, the president, to get this done for them.
We will come to how difficult it was establishing some of these new regions. But we know that since assuming office in January 7, 2017, one thing that has been on the chest of the president has been deepening our local governance. So the president, through you as a minister, have done a lot, which a lot of Ghanaians have been appreciating you. Tell us, what is the state of our local governance as a country?
Well, the state of local governance is good. You know, chapter 20 of our constitution talk about decentralization in local governance. So that's why it's for nothing. There's something in the name. It's not for nothing that Mr. President changed the name of the ministry. Hitherto local government rural development, but now it says local government decentralization and rural development, so that we keep the agenda of decentralization very clearly. It's important that the assemblies, as they are, the processes that they go through, so that in the ministry, for example, we have an assessment that we do. Are they meeting regularly as they should? As Local Governance Act 936 says, are they meeting regularly as they should? Before you go for a meeting, it's in the act, an assembly member, you understand, it's the structures are there, but it's the functionability, functioning of the, to make sure that we deepen the process of the assembly concept. Before an assembly member goes for an assembly meeting, he should have contacted all stakeholders. That I'm going to the next assembly meeting in 2 weeks' time. When I go, I want to pick your brains. What do I go and say?
That is, you are talking about those in his electoral areas.
Exactly. And when he closes from the assembly meeting, he should also report back to them. Because government getting closer to the people is not only the president or the ministers. That's why you talk of local deepening decentralization, local government. That is what it is. When they are having a budget process. So now, from the ministry, we are insisting. We have created a dashboard where all those steps that should be taken, all those steps that they should do to deepen decentralization, they report to us mentally. As soon as you do it, you enter on the computer dashboard, and we sit in our office and you monitor it. That has been put in place since 2021. So now we have that dashboard functioning. How many chiefs have you met in a month, in the first quarter? You have to do it, give us the full address of the people you met, then we see whether you are deepening decentralization. Then other state agencies within the assembly. It is part of the Local Governance Act 1996 that they take care of all agencies, even including civil society organizations. You cannot just go into a district and start doing something without consulting the assembly. So you see, the laws are there. We have a very rich document, the Local Governance Act 936, that contains all that we have to do. Take something about building. There are 27 clauses that govern building.
From foundation level to lintel.
Exactly. You cannot just, even if you have your home building structure like this, and you want to extend just one small room, you cannot do it without going to the assembly for permission. So it's a question of enforcing existing laws.
What is the difficulty?
Well, it's the, enforcing the existing laws, and we keep making sure that it's done. Better supervision. For example, Mr. President cabinet has agreed that land use and special planning authority (LUSPA) should now come under local government. It used to be under environment, so it's now under local government. So this question of that, oh, I went here and they gave us a different drawing, and I went to other place and it will stop. And in the next 2 weeks, we are going to hold special stakeholder meetings and let people understand what it means. We have no problem with ownership of land, for example. No. But we are saying that you can own this forest. We have no problem. You can own this land. We have no problem. But when it comes to developing it, you have to go through the necessary process and get the necessary permit.
Would this new arrangement be able to curb this land guard issues that have been scattering all over the country, especially in the capitals?
Partly so. As I said, we are not interested in ownership. Because as you see this land here, nobody will come and fight here.
Sure.
Even if there are people claiming to own it.
Yeah.
But it's when you begin to develop. And I'm saying that even before you develop, we have to agree that, look, this place has been earmarked for a hospital. This is for a public park. This is for this area. You cannot do it. And we are going to ensure that through this transparent process that we have deployed, nobody hides in any corner and does something without the knowledge of the regional coordinating council and, for that matter, the ministry. And for me, it is enforcing existing laws, and we are determined to do it.
How do we do this enforcement? Since time immemorial, it has been something on our challenging board that we have fantastic laws, we have fantastic rules and regulations governing everything that we do in this country, but it all boils down to enforcement. What shows that under the able leadership of Honorable Daniel Kwaku-Botwe, aka the General, we can actually enforce.
Well, you said it. We have all been to school. We are living in societies. We have existing laws. Chiefs come. You go to secondary school. Things happen. You have a senior headmaster. He comes. Hey, you can't go to town without exit. Dining hall, Lysol. So it depends on the preparedness of leadership to enforce it. And I can assure you, you can check it in the system, that district chief executives are going to be held personally responsible for any lapses, and they are aware of that. There are clear roles of engagement at the district level between works department, planning department, are also well spelled out. We have had seminar, we had. I don't believe in playing to the gallery, but we have had meetings with them. We started in Greater Accra, and we are going to have that refresher meetings with all of them, and also do public sensitization. We are going to get the media on the right, so that you know it. That before I put up this building, this is what I should do. Let's assume that people don't even know. Sure. So we'll do that. People don't even know that when you apply for a permit and you pay the processing fee or application fee, that means that you have a permit. You have to wait till you get the permit before you can even start the foundation. And it's going to be enforced.
Now there's something creeping into our building system. People deliberately even start writing stop work to deter other officers who have to take action on a certain building that's not situated well. How are you also dealing with it?
I have no problem with that. The district chief executive will be held responsible.
Okay.
Oh, no, that's it. It's for him to enforce. You can't call yourself, I'm the president rep, I'm the representative of the central government, and get things messed up on that. You know, we are not going to go down and deal with head of waste. We are going to deal with the district chief executive.
Before I wrap up with you, there's one thing on your table currently I know that you'll be working on. Making sure that MMDCs are elected. Is this still something that you are considering?
No. You know, it was part of our manifesto 2016 for the elections 2016. Yeah. And true to it, Mr. President started the process. But Mr. President was so convinced that the first time we are going to have a referendum to deal with our constitution, there should be some national consensus. We believe in electing MMDCs on partisan lines. We're clear in our constitution on that. Others still believe in election of MMDCs, but not on partisan lines. We thought there was a consensus. And in the last minute, our major political partners, then they start developing cool feet. We had majority, you know that. 2017, 2020, we had 169. We could have pushed it through if we wanted to, but that is not the style of Mr. President. He felt that, look, let's hold on. Let's have a consensus on that. And we are still building on that. That do we still want us to have election of MMDCs on partisan basis? Because you can have a sole architecture where we elect the president on partisan lines. Yeah. We elect members of parliament on partisan lines. Then when it comes to DC, we said, no, we believe that is the foundation of the political architecture where people start learning. Let people start learning from the assembly level what it means to go for elections, what it means to go for another mandate after 4 years. And other countries in Africa are voting on partisan lines at the electoral area. Why can't we also do it?
We need to deliberate on.
We live in deepening consensus.
Okay.
All right, so you're welcome back to our studios here in Accra, and you've been watching that big interview with my colleague Akwesinsia. He's been speaking to the Minister for Local Government Decentralization and Rural Development, Dan Butche, about the state of local governance on the back of the inspection of the RCC in Damongo. You saw that a while ago, President Akufo-Addo beginning his two-day working tour of the Savanna region, took turns to visit that facility, which we're told that is almost 96% complete. So in the coming weeks, the president may return to the town to commission that particular facility. You're watching our special coverage of the president's regional tours. The president has ended his two-day working tour of the Upper West region. He's now moved to the Savanna region, and we're bringing you all the updates that you need to know right here on this channel. A production by the Ministry of Information. My name is Kweku Obienche. Shortly, we will be bringing you more on this tour because the president will also be commissioning the integrated recycling and compost plant in Damongo. That ceremony will take place in some minutes to come, and we can actually take you there for the live feed for you to see preparations that have been put in place so far for that ceremony, the commissioning of the integrated recycling and compost plant in Damongo. If we can take you there right now for you to see how, you know, the ceremony is shaping up and how authorities they are preparing to receive the president. So as you can see on your screen, the organizers or managers of the facility are indeed prepared and waiting to receive the president. We're told they will be there later this afternoon to commission that project, and we'll be bringing you all that you need to know, plus all the big interviews right here on this particular channel. Stay with us. You're watching a special coverage of the President's regional tours produced by the Ministry of Information. We have more coming up. Do stay.